You ever see something at the beginning of a show that completely fucking blows your mind? Well, that's what SmackDown Live did this week, out of nowhere, with Charlotte winning the SmackDown Women's Championship to take to WrestleMania. On top of that, Triple H lost to an envelope. Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns are heating up that feud. Miz and McMahon are getting better and better on the mic. And so much more is happening with Kofi Kingston. And we get into all of that this week as we...
Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready? Break it down! Woo! You just made the list!
Oh, I knew he was gonna do that. I just knew he was gonna do that. He don't need Janetti. Damn! You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
The cream rise to the top, oh yeah.
If that's some man with the rock in cooking. Bullet Club for life, goodbye, and good night, Ben.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
You're listening to the most inappropriate pro wrestling show in the motherfucking world! You're listening to Breaking Down the Ring. We are your ring crew.
Z.
Nick.
Low Negro Smitty.
And me, the almighty one and Breaking Down the Ring's ring crew champion, the almighty one, Mikey himself. That goddamn midget stripper.
Shameless self-promotion.
Fucking hates my love of this game, this being the title holder. What the shit, midget stripper? Stop hating me. Huge things going into WrestleMania viewing party at Buffalo Wild Wings in downtown Detroit. Anyone who is in the Metro Detroit area, come on down. Buffalo Wild Wings will be showing the WrestleMania pay-per-view, including some of the pre-show, especially because it's on fucking network television starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I saw the 3 Pacific and I got mad for a minute. I was like, 3 o'clock, really?
1218 Randolph Street, Detroit, Michigan. You come on down. We are on the second floor. We have giveaways. We have prizes. We have all kinds of stuff. Live podcasts, fun things we're going on in the Buffalo Wild Wings, downtown Detroit, April 7th. Pre-show, everything. You get down early. You can fill out a pro wrestling scorecard. And you know what'll happen with that pro wrestling scorecard? You know what'll happen? You may win a fucking prize at the end of the night. All you got to do, make sure you have the most points on it. We'll get into that a lot more. We're going to be posting all of the specials and stuff. And it's kid-friendly. I will give you a thing right now, $2.50 kids meals. So if you guys are coming down there and you're bringing your child, $2.50. That's all you got to do to eat. There's no cover. No cover. You don't have to pay to get into Buffalo Wild Wings to watch WrestleMania.
Didn't they do specials for us last year, too?
And I'll have all those specials and everything posted up on the event page. So go to facebook.com/BDRcast, click the events, and the first one that pops up is our WrestleMania viewing party at Buffalo Wild Wings. Again, April 7th, 1218 Randolph Street, Detroit, Michigan. You want to be there. Speaking of WrestleMania, holy fuck, SmackDown kicked off with a Becky Lynch promo where she's saying, I still don't know what Charlotte is bringing to the ring. I don't know. I'm bringing me Lucky Charms. Ronda's bringing her title. And then Charlotte's music hits, and she goes down and says, you're about to see what I'm going to do. And then Asuka's music hits. And then they're like, this match scheduled for one fall is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And that's exactly what the announcer sounded like. Oh my God, what? What's going on? Sure as fucking shit, they had a really good match, and Charlotte is your new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Smitty, How'd that make you feel when you saw it, man?
And I figured they were going to either put it on her or Bliss after they were doing Asuka anyway. Because whenever WWE's done burying a title in a women's division, they throw it on Charlotte and Asuka to make it relevant again. Not Charlotte, but Charlotte or Alexa to make it relevant again.
So you're saying they buried the women's title?
On Smackdown Women's title, yeah.
Okay. I don't think they did that.
Wait,
Well, no,
hold on,
okay,
I want to hear this.
So okay,
How
first and foremost,
do they bury
so
it?
as long as Asuka's been women's champion, you've not seen her advertised, televised until like the last
let
month
me
or
stop you
so.
2 seconds. Smitty's about to use a word, everybody. Make sure you have a drink ready. Because you have to take a drink
feel it.
every time he says the word.
Yeah, so
Go ahead, Smitty.
Yes, I'm going to use it. And the only time you've actually seen her on television is when you're giving her fodder.
Oh! Hey, take a drink, everybody! Mm-hmm.
That's literally the only time you've seen her on television as champion. They've not done anything relevant with her since she's been champion. Because they've been so focused on Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda.
So how does Charlotte winning it bury it?
No, I said whenever they're done burying the
No,
title.
he said they buried it with Asuka.
Oh.
I will say this. I will say that WWE had no fucking clue what they were doing with that. They did not bury Asuka.
I'm saying they buried Asuka. I said they buried the title.
I don't even think they buried the title. When you have no fucking clue what you're supposed to be doing with it, like there was talk of Lacey Evans. Finally, that was what she was going to do, is face Asuka at WrestleMania. But the problem is, and oh god damn, people are angry about this fucking thing. The problem is that there aren't enough women in a division for 3 fucking titles.
Especially the tag titles being introduced.
That would be the 3rd title that I was talking about. And again, the problem is when you're trying to make tag teams work and happen, that pulls away 2 from each division. I don't think you need 2 women's titles. And we've discussed this on the show before. We have thought that the women's title, the men's tag team titles should have been 1. Should have been 1 of those, 1 women's title, and flip-flop between brands and stuff like that, you know? And they float. I'm all right with this, if it's to unify the championship. Because if they're not unifying this title, or, you know, Becky Lynch becoming the first unified women's champion or something like that, I don't get this. Because if you have one woman as your champion and she can float between brands similar to the way Sasha and Bayley are doing it, that makes sense to me. And then you can have other stories build without a title involved. Because if you're just making people lose to have a decent title run, you're killing that division. They don't look credible.
Would you just literally just said the whole thing with Asuka? That's pretty much what I was just saying. Her whole title run has been you just beating people to beat people.
Right, and it's hurting people. Now, granted, Mandy Rose is the only person she's beaten since Becky, you know, but at the same time that's what I'm saying. You can't just keep giving her people to beat.
Fodder.
Drink.
I'm going to be really hydrated.
I'm really sad that you're not drinking for real.
Can't.
At all?
I mean, I can, but I mean, I am driving and whatnot, so I'd rather not.
That makes sense.
I know.
Oh, yeah, no more ZUIs.
Yeah, no more CUIs.
That being said, so Z, when you saw this happen, what was your immediate reaction?
Well, they originally advertised a fatal 4-way, and the winner was going to get a shot at Asuka at WrestleMania, and it was supposed to be Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Naomi, and Carmella.
Yes.
Was the fatal 4-way. Then they announced this match, and I was like, whoa, okay. The minute they surprise announced this match, I knew Charlotte was winning. My thought is, I mean, I have 2. One, just like you said, they're going to unify the title at WrestleMania. Or B, they're going to do what they did at WrestleMania 16 with the European and the IC belt, where it's a 2 out of 3 falls match, and the first fall is for 1 belt, and the second fall is for another belt, in which I think Becky will end up winning the Raw title. Ronda will win the SmackDown title if they go that route, because Fox wants Ronda on SmackDown as the champion for their new TV deal.
Right. But I think, again, and that's if you're using 2 titles. And I personally think that it's dumb now. Nick, what were your thoughts when this was all going on?
I was surprised to see that. I didn't know that they had advertised that Fatal 4-Way. But you know, when they said that it was for the world title, I'm like, okay, something's got to give here. And, you know, lo and behold, Charlotte won. I do think that they're going to unify the title come WrestleMania. But to your point, Z, I mean, it makes sense to put the SmackDown title on Ronda to get her over to SmackDown. But, I mean, who fucking knows what's going to happen?
But if you do that with Ronda, you run into the same problem you had with Asuka. Then you're just throwing her. Then you're just throwing your women's division to the wolves. Everyone that steps up to Ronda loses.
Well, I don't think that the title was buried. I just think it was forgotten for a little bit. You know, like Asuka was the champion, and I was pretty excited when she won it. But then it's just kind of like, okay, she made Becky tap at the Rumble, and then that's really bad.
I also have a slight feeling that she's injured.
Who?
Asuka. I mean, there's
not with the way that match happened.
No.
There's no mention. But who knows? I mean, she could be injured. Maybe that's why she didn't defend her title.
Well, there was a botched move with her and at Mandy at a house show a few weeks ago.
Right.
And it was bad. Yeah, I saw that. It was bad.
Yeah, so, I mean, they take the title off her right before Mania because she has to have neck surgery. You know what I mean? Something along those lines. I mean, I don't really know. Like, I mean, this was a surprise to everybody. But, I mean, I'm just spitballing ideas here. And the way it happened so quickly, like, okay, Asuka can't go for Mania, so we got to put the belt on somebody else. Fuck it, give it to Charlotte, throw it in the triple threat, and we'll finally unify the titles. There's probably something they were going to do at SummerSlam that they're like, fuck it, we're just going to do it now.
They jumped up and everything made it now. I will say that this pissed off the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community. I don't think I have seen more shit come our way from from anything that we have said in regards to, like, I commented on things, like someone was like, this is fucking stupid. I was like, I don't agree. Someone who has a popular Twitter account, I commented and I was like, don't agree. And man, then some people got racial with it. They were like, shut up, Whitey. And then
Oh, that's what you wanted to pretend to be me for.
I wasn't pretending. I am you. I'm basically you, only smart.
So, not him at all.
Yeah, I'm not him at all. That's true.
My insult bank went blank. My insult bank just went blank right now.
I heard
Smitty's shooting blanks.
all the blanks.
Hey, I ain't got no KIDs or STDs, so.
Basically, so many people were pissed off about this. This was a match that people, when they saw, they're like, oh, you're burying Asuka, you fucked Asuka. And I put up a Twitter poll that my personal opinion is Charlotte's better than Asuka.
Yep.
Nick,
I think Charlotte's booked better than Asuka.
you think? Hold on, Nick. What do you? Is Charlotte? Because I was starting with you before he said something.
At first, I didn't think so because I wasn't as familiar with Asuka as I was with Charlotte. And when Asuka got called up, I was like, damn, this chick, she's badass. But now it's close, but I would give the edge to Charlotte for sure. She's got more stamina. I just think she's a total package. She's a total package.
Total package. Smitty, you're saying that it's because of her booking that she's better?
Yeah, look at the way you booked Asuka since she came up to the main roster.
I don't care about booking. I'm talking about as a wrestler. I'm saying that I think Charlotte is better. What do you think?
I think Asuka's better because I like the Japanese style more than the WWE style.
Okay, so why is Asuka better? Besides because you like the style more. Explain to me what she does in the ring that is better than what Charlotte does.
Also, there's also another thing. When WWE's her adapting to the WWE style is watered her down.
Okay, but again, what I'm saying is if she's that good, shouldn't she be able to adapt to WWE style? Look who has that is that good. AJ Styles. Samoa Joe. These are guys that are really fucking good, have been really fucking good outside of the WWE, built their craft outside of the WWE, came to the WWE, and are upper echelon performers inside the WWE with WWE style as far as matches are going. So why is Asuka better than Charlotte? In your opinion, and I just want to know, in your opinion, I'm not saying you're wrong, it's your opinion, dude. You can totally say that.
I think I feel that Asuka's more believable in the ring than Charlotte is at times. When she's on offense, specifically.
Offense, what?
When she's on offense, specifically.
In the ocean?
Specifically.
Specifically?
Those West Coast bitches.
God damn it.
I like Asuka. 'cause
Hey,
Asuka can
broadcast from
swim.
Australia.
You're wrong.
Okay, so more believable in offense. What else? Because I have a whole rebuttal for you, but continue.
I
Because
do as well.
no,
so.
then I'm gonna let Z rebut first. But
are
I
you
want to
gonna
hear every one of your opinions as to why Asuka is better than Charlotte. And again, it's your opinion, and this is all about a debate. So it's not like you're wrong. We're just trying to figure it out.
See, the biggest thing is I like that hard-hitting Japanese style better than the typical WWE style, which is not. It's the only thing for me. Like, it's not her style. Is not adapting well with the WWE style.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Smitty, that's your argument? You don't have a reason why she's better than Charlotte? You're saying why is she better? Well, I like her style better that she can't use in WWE. So how is she better?
She's also well more rounded around in the industry. She's more experienced in the industry as well. But
Why does that make her a better wrestler than Charlotte? If she can't perform in the ring, no matter where she is at any time, how is she better than Charlotte?
she's been great everywhere except the way she's been placed in WWE. That's my whole point.
I am not saying her booking has been wonderful in WWE, but her booking has nothing to do with how she goes out and wrestles matches. Case in point, Smitty, she went and fought Mandy Rose, right? Mandy Rose is not good in the ring. That match sucked. If Charlotte fought Mandy Rose, that match would have been decent.
And
I'm not saying it would have been
now you're reaching the hypotheticals there.
I'm not reaching the hypotheticals because you have seen Charlotte, who went up against Carmella, who was not as good at one point, who has gotten better with fighting with them. Carmella, we all said at one point, was one of the worst workers, and we don't understand why she was getting the push. Then she's in a match with Charlotte, and we're all like, holy fuck, Carmella's can wrestle. And then we've seen Carmella get better and better and better. That's not a hypothetical. She has gone in with women who we have said, not a great worker, and then put on a great match. Sorry, a good match. A match that we were like, that's not bad.
This kind of reminds me of somebody by a similar name.
Whom?
Richard Flair. All right, so I'm gonna play to both sides of this.
Okay.
I will say, striking offense, Asuka is better than Charlotte. In every other category, Charlotte is better than Asuka. Now, it may hurt Asuka, obviously the English language is not strong with her, and she can't really cut a good promo, and that language barrier is a good part of it. So obviously, like, Charlotte takes that one by a landslide. You see things from Charlotte Flair at least once every 6 months that make you go, oh my God. So she adds something new to her moveset, and she has stayed relevant even when she hasn't been in the title picture. Asuka has not. Asuka got a glorified undefeated streak, which is partly why you think she's better. But once she lost to Charlotte, she's done nothing. And she doesn't do anything amazing in the ring. She strictly is a one-trick pony. That trick has lapsed. Whereas Charlotte continues to evolve, and that's the thing about all-time greats. And I mean, obviously, Charlotte's in that category, especially now with that title win. But the thing about all-time greats is they adapt to every era, every match, every style. Charlotte can do it all. Asuka cannot. It's that simple.
Yeah. Also, she's pampered by WWE. So,
you're right.
What
see,
the-
but no, fuck you.
Like, you just don't want to admit that Charlotte's better? You refuse to admit it?
I'm not saying she's better
Why?
because she's not.
Why?
She's only better by WWE standard.
I guarantee you that Charlotte could go to Shimmer, could go to WoW, could go anywhere. AEW, New
Ring of
Japan.
Honor.
Yeah, exactly. Anywhere else and be big. I would say that Tessa Blanchard is better than Asuka.
I like Tessa Blanchard.
Because she's on the indie scene, but if she's in
No.
WWE, her style would be.
Well, Tessa Blanchard actually was the Performance Center and quit.
I understand that, but I just feel like you. I mean, I get it. It's your opinion, and if you want to love Asuka above Charlotte, you have every right to do so. But facts are facts, my friend.
And that's what the problem with your opinion is right now, is you're not backing it up with anything. You can say, I like Asuka better. Why? Well, because she's better all around. How? Because she is. What? Why? How? Well, she's been here. That's not making her better all around. You're telling me where she's been. You're not giving me specific examples of how she's better all around. You're just saying why you think she's better all around. We can give you example after example of what Charlotte does in the ring and who she elevates and all of her opponents and how she goes out there and she's doing fucking moonsaults off the goddamn turnbuckle to the outside. And she's,
that Spanish fly was
that
fucking amazing.
Look, man, name a match Asuka has been in that has been spectacular outside of the two she's been in with Charlotte Flair in WWE, and she's had more matches than just with Charlotte Flair. Can you think of anything outside of WrestleMania with Charlotte and last night with Charlotte that have made you go, holy fuck, what a great match?
That's just our main roster call up.
Even in NXT.
Even in NXT, you give me amazing one-on-one matches.
Her
NXT
match
was,
with Ember, her matches with Ember Moon, her match with Bailey, her match with Nia Jax.
I'll give you the Ember Moon one.
I won't give you the Nia Jax one.
I won't give you Bailey either because that wasn't that good of a match. But Ember Moon was decent.
Yeah, Ember Moon was a good
But
match.
I mean, for the most part, it was literally Asuka just kicking the shit out of somebody. Charlotte was the first one that got some offense on her, and she lost.
And
Now, granted, it's scripted, but still.
And Asuka and Nia Jax was playing the power role the entire fucking time, and then Asuka won with a fucking roll up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah. So
But wasn't the whole story to make Asuka an underdog in that match?
I'm fine with that, but I'm saying you're not watching that match going, this is a fucking wrestling clinic, because she's not putting Nia over. Nia's just looking strong. Now, it's Charlotte Flair, in my opinion. And I get it, man. There's fucking people that think Asuka's better, and I would love you go to our fucking Twitter at BDRcast, comment on our fucking Periscope thing right now. Why do you think Asuka's better? I want to know. Give me some facts. Where is the standards right here? Because I know that Charlotte Flair goes. I think Charlotte is the best women's wrestler on WWE's roster right now. Period. NXT.
And
I'm sorry. Wait, did you just say she's the best on their roster? Asuka's on their roster.
What you said WWE's roster.
Yes, Asuka's on WWE's roster.
But you just say she's better. Like I was like, this is also WWE roster by WWE standards. You're only booked you're only as good as your book.
Charlotte would be better than
that's
Asuka
not
if
true.
Asuka and Charlotte were wrestling in Ring of Honor. Charlotte would be better than Asuka if they were wrestling in AEW together. Charlotte would
Hell
be better.
no. Because you know why? Because Asuka would not be as hinged as she is in WWE.
I think, again, Charlotte. It doesn't matter how hindered she is.
Outside of
Yes.
her
Yes, it
striking
is.
offense. Hold on, Smitty. Outside of her striking offense, give me something else in her moveset.
Okay, because she really can't use a guillotine choke, which she used to use.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
She can't use-
that's one submission. So go on.
Like, you can't use a brain buster inside of WWE, which she used to use.
Yeah, but now here's the thing.
Thanks for the super heart, broadcast.
If Charlotte could use a brain buster, she probably would too. So I mean, these things that hinder Asuka also hold back Charlotte from doing other things in the ring as well.
Because they take away some moves because they don't want too many people doing some of the same moves.
I understand, and you can't do.
It's the same reason I say Kenny Omega's fucking overrated because of 17 fucking V triggers. You wouldn't get away with that in fucking WWE. Kenny Omega would be a shit fuck wrestler in WWE. I fully said that. On the indie scene, Kenny Omega is amazing because he can keep doing the same fucking move over and over and over again. The only one he doesn't do over and over again is the one-winged angel, and that's because nobody has ever kicked out of the one-winged angel yet.
Didn't Jericho kick out? I thought he did it twice.
Jericho kicked out twice, and Okada's kicked out once too.
No, I was gonna say I think Jericho kicked out once, but
Okada's kicked out as well.
I don't remember.
I'll say Omega had to hit it twice on Jericho to end that match.
Dez seems to think that Asuka would be way better in a different company, not necessarily WWE.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue, and I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you, Smitty. I never said you were wrong with that. I'm saying that you're arguing that Asuka is not as good as Charlotte in WWE because she's hindered. Z said the same fucking thing I said. Doesn't matter. Charlotte has the same hindrances in WWE as far as in-match work.
But then also, to rebuttal your point about like you think Charlotte would be just as great anywhere else. That's like she's used to like she's a WWE bred grown competitor.
No, she's a fucking Flair. There's a difference.
Right, like, dude, I'll be very honest. I like Becky Lynch, right? Do I think Becky Lynch would be this fucking beast of a woman outside of WWE? Not sure. I can't say that for certain. I can say for certain Charlotte Flair would be a bona fide woman's superstar in any company she wrestles in. I can't say that about a lot of the other women.
You could say that about Asuka because she's already been there. You say that about Bayley because she's already been there.
No, I can't. You know why I can't? Because Asuka's not a bona fide superstar in WWE. So she's not a bona fide superstar in any company she goes to. Charlotte Flair can be a bona fide superstar in any company she's in.
Okay, so why do you think Asuka was scooped up by WWE? Because she was already a bona fide star before she got to WWE.
But then she didn't do shit in WWE.
Hold on, guys. We're gonna get down to basics here.
Ooh, basics. I like basics.
The whole
All the Uggs and pumpkin spice.
basic thing, the way you get booked, how much merch you sell, comes down to one thing: how much money you draw. And Charlotte Flair, at this point, would draw more money than Asuka would anywhere in the world. Period.
At that point, you just depend on her name. At that point,
Okay,
you know, say she makes more off her name than Asuka would anyway.
I'm not going to argue that.
But she made a name for herself by being fucking fantastic.
It doesn't matter what your name is. Okay. You get it.
Yeah.
It was a rock move. It doesn't matter. Ronda Rousey's a name, right? Do you think Ronda Rousey is one of the best women's wrestlers in WWE?
No, she's at the top of the card because of her name.
Okay. I also agree with you on that. I don't think Ronda sucks, and I don't understand why people think she sucks. I think Ronda Rousey, for the experience that she has, is exceeding immaculately. Just like Kurt Angle, his first year in WWE, exceeded immaculately. Kurt Angle in when did he show up? 98?
No, 96 when the Olympics, so 98, yeah.
Yeah, so in like 98, he finally made his 99. Kurt Angle hit his prime in TNA. He wasn't even the best wrestler he's ever been in WWE, but he was really good before he left. Then when he went to TNA, he flourished. He's even said it himself. His best matches are in TNA.
Oh yeah, he's like one of his favorite people to be in the ring with was
Right.
JJ Styles.
So
And
that's
Samoa Joe.
that's okay. Now let's go back to Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle flourished when he left WWE. Less restrictions, got better, even better. Charlotte is at the top of her game in WWE. If she went out, she would flourish and get better and be better.
That's once again. So you think she would get better if she left right now in her peak, if she can't and just had to come back, she'd be better.
I don't think she's in her peak.
I really don't.
I
think
don't think she's hit that yet.
Yeah,
I think she's still learning, and she's a student of the game, but she excels at everything she does. So I think if you put her in a different company, there might be a slight adjustment period, but she'd figure it out and she'd be just as good anywhere else. But with Asuka, like, okay, I'm going to use AJ Styles, for example. AJ, like Asuka, has been everywhere else, made a name for himself everywhere else, has worked different styles, and was really good. AJ Styles is one of the best wrestlers of all time for the simple fact that he can go anywhere and adapt to any style and make any wrestler look like $1 million on any day. And Charlotte can do the same thing. Asuka cannot. Asuka, like Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm not doing the comparison because they're both Japanese, they only know one particular style, and they're really good at that one style. But if you give them the slightest change, it hinders them completely. If
I do agree with that, because
Asuka was as good as you're making her out to be, she would be able to adapt to the WWE style, regardless of the way she is booked. And she would put on 3-star matches with 2-star wrestlers and 4-star matches with 3-star wrestlers. And
look at the time you give her,
matches
too.
with people on her level.
So look at the time you give Asuka compared to the time you give Charlotte too in the ring.
But you said it yourself. Asuka's been at this longer than Charlotte.
Yeah,
so
she's been
that
at it longer
should
than
make
Charlotte, but
Asuka
also
more adaptable.
But Asuka's also done way longer matches until she got here. Until she got to the main roster.
I don't like that excuse. Everyone uses that excuse for Shinsuke. Oh, well, if you give him 35 minutes in the ring, it'll be great. The whole point is if you can't adapt, then you shouldn't be in WWE. And honestly, WWE is the top of the line. I mean, it's probably broken down to like the basic shit as far as, in New Japan, yeah, you can do more pile drivers and brain busters and some cool shit, but WWE wants to be safe. And the whole point is if you're great at what you do, you can adapt to any situation. So Asuka is good, but she's not great.
Let's leave this argument alone now.
Why?
Because we're just not gonna see eye to eye on it.
But you're not making any points.
And that's the thing. You're not really arguing here, Smitty. You're stating that she's better because she's been around. But in WWE, she's not better because she's hindered. But everyone's hindered. Everyone's given different. Everyone's told they can't do all these other type of stuff. Charlotte has gotten better while Asuka has gotten worse.
Even in NXT, she had more freedom than she has on the main roster now, and she was, a rookie at that point, and she picked up real quick, and she's been running with that ball ever since. And she just keeps adding shit to her arsenal.
My problem here is, Smitty, I'm saying, no, it's not my problem. My thought process on this is your heart is saying Asuka is better, so you're refusing to let
Your brain.
facts.
What?
Okay.
Finish your statement.
No, that's what I said. You're refusing to let the facts do anything to change your heart.
That's what you say, motherfucker.
So let's move on to what they did with the women on Raw. A beat the clock challenge where Ronda Rousey let it off, cutting a couple promos, talking shit about it, saying, I don't understand what the fuck this is. And she beats Sarah Logan after Sarah Logan runs around the fucking ring for a little bit. I believe it was like a minute 23. Right?
25.
Minute 25. Charlotte gets Ruby Riott into the figure 8. She's the only person that doesn't win before. She doesn't beat the clock, so the match is over before Ruby Riott can even tap. Up next, Charlotte then kicks Becky in the face, softening her up for Liv Morgan. Becky Lynch then beats Liv Morgan with a roll-up with 2 seconds left, 3 seconds left before the beat the clock challenge. What's up? Finished, making Becky the winner. Other than bragging rights, you got nothing for this.
Right, like, I didn't understand the purpose of this match. Like, it's a triple threat match, so it's not like which two competitors will start the match. Also, when looking at the lineup, right? So, Charlotte gets the best wrestler of the group. Ronda gets mid-tier, and fucking Becky gets Liv Morgan.
Yep.
Like, you should beat Liv Morgan in under a minute. That's just how that should be.
But she didn't. It was a minute 22.
Whatever. But it's just, ugh. Even with getting kicked in the face, I mean.
Also, I think they killed this whole.
But also, sorry, Smitty. I didn't mean to cut you off. But also, you totally buried the Riot Squad in this
Well, they've
fucking
been burying the
match.
Riot Squad for the last couple months.
Right, but you beat You beat Sarah in a minute 25. You beat Liv in a minute 22, and
Ruby did not tap. You
Ruby
can't.
didn't tap. So you can't count Ruby.
What I didn't like about that is when the buzzer sounded, why did Charlotte release the hold?
Because the match is over.
That's fine, but Charlotte's a heel. Keep it on until that.
So
you
is
know what
Ruby.
Right, but Charlotte's the heel. Well, I guess Ronda's a heel too.
Well,
But
not really
Charlotte
anymore. I don't
being
think-
the heel character, like, why not keep it until the ref makes you break the hold?
Because she still wanted to show she was superior.
Okay.
And by releasing the hold, then she was able to kick Becky in the face.
Yeah. Okay. True.
Smitty, what were you about to say with this match?
Let's say the the 3 matches, they really had nothing. They were just nothing but momentum builders for all 3 women. But then the pressing stuff they've been doing all week too was kind of, to me, it's killed Ronda's heel image, because they've had these 3 pretty much going everywhere together for like pretty much the last week, and then they also are in a 6-woman tag next week on Raw.
They're on SportsCenter.
Yeah, doing podcasts together and shit. And then they're advertised
have
for
you watched
6-woman
them?
tag.
I'm asking about the match, Smitty.
Like I say, it's just a momentum. It was just literally a momentum builder for all 3 women that really did nothing for.
There's a word you usually use, you in particular.
The fact
Can
that
you
all
wait
3
till-
women,
Can you wait till I get my water?
all 3 women were the F word, not fuck,
Sacrificial lambs.
sacrificial lambs. And it said, I love Ruby Riott. I said, I love Ruby Riott, and I hate what they've done with her since her call up. Never was a fan of Liv Morgan.
You know what's crazy? I don't hate what they've done with Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. You know why? Because these are women who, while they're losing, they're on fucking TV every day. Every Monday, you see the Riot Squad. Every Monday, you see the Riot Squad.
You like the fact they get TV time. I just hate the way.
But they might be losing and winning every now and then, but it's not. For some reason, I don't look at Ruby Riott as, oh, well, you're a shitty wrestler, so you suck, so I don't think of you in the long term as anything that's ever going to be good. My thought process is, Ruby's taking all of this and she keeps coming back for more. That's me. You know what I'm saying? And yes, most of the time I see someone lose over and over again, Dana Brooke, that I just think, wow, you're never going to be anything. Ruby Riott goes out there week after, and this is not even saying because of who she knows that we know. I literally have always thought Ruby Riott was a badass. When she was
have
called
too.
up, I was like, fuck.
That's I thought the first nail in that coffin was when they brought her up in a stable. But also thought that was a safe way to keep her out of being where she is now. She's literally a female Bray Wyatt.
To an extent, she hasn't impregnated JoJo.
She'll get a little bit of momentum just to fall down to whoever's Vince's flavor of the moment at that time.
Which I think is okay right now. Because she's still relevant. She's still there. Ruby Riott is like the only female. I'm sorry. I think the only person in wrestling that she's the Timex. She's a fucking Timex. She's not Teflon, but she's a Timex. She keeps digging and licking. What's up, lesbians? And keeps on ticking.
Ruby Riott, I'm going to say it now, is the fodder of WWE women's division.
That's the truth.
Yeah, I was waiting for it, so I gave it to you.
I would say the Riot Squad is more fodder drink than anything. Not specifically Ruby, because Ruby goes into matches looking good. Now, granted, she lost in Italia.
I got a question. What does fodder mean?
You don't know what fodder means?
Nope, no idea. I'm just drinking because he says it. I have no idea what it means.
He's using it right. It's I couldn't give you
It's
the
another
fucking-
term is scapegoat. You're either a scapegoat.
I couldn't
or
give you
chump
the
to-
Merriam-Webster dictionary.
See, it's pretty much like you're chump to the
I
shark.
mean, the layman's terms is good.
layman's
Filler.
layman's terms are the sacrificial lamb.
You're sacrificial lamb, chump to the sharks.
Yeah,
I mean,
shark time.
I kind of figured that out, but I just wanted to know for sure.
Yeah. So I was saying while you were away that I think Ruby Riott does not look weak taking these losses. As a matter of fact, she didn't even take a loss on Monday Night Raw. She survived. She survived the Beat the Clock challenge. She was the strongest looking one of the Riot Squad, right?
I mean, Sarah Logan can go, but I mean,
really have
of the three of them, Ruby's clearly the superior women wrestler.
Yeah.
In that group, and honestly, I mean, I'm hoping sometime after Mania they kind of give her a little push, because I mean, you've established. I mean, Charlotte is established, Becky established, Ronda even at this point is established.
Those are the only things
like they need to start establishing other women like Nikki Cross on the main roster or Ruby Riott on the main, like other women, so you can
Lacey
actually build
Evans.
up your division. All you've had Lacey Evans do was walk out. It's like walk out and then do nothing, and then walk out again and do nothing.
That's why I want to keep Bianca Belair down in NXT as long as they can.
And they need to. I don't think she's ready for the main roster at this point in her career. But I mean, that's what
Nor was Liv Morgan.
I agree, but they needed bodies, and Liv is hot.
Liv Morgan's good for what she's in. She's not going to have a singles push in WWE.
See-
Ruby Riott could have a singles push. As a matter of fact, the Riot Squad, I think, would be the perfect group to take the tag titles off of Sasha and Bayley at some point.
I think it's going to be the Iconics, but it's not going to be at Mania.
I think Ruby would be the perfect Money in the Bank winner this year.
Yeah.
I think that
I
would
like
be,
that.
I would like that.
And if that's the case, we have Ruby with the Money in the Bank, with Liv and Sarah with the women ladies tags.
Not even the tags, just, you got Ruby with the Money in the Bank briefcase and her two cronies.
Dolph Ziggler had that. Baby.
And then eventually you have Sarah Logan turn on Ruby, because Sarah Logan was a good indie wrestler. I mean,
She was great, and then she was also in the initial Mae Young Classic, and that's how she ended up getting.
right. So I mean, you could be. I mean, there's a lot of different storylines, and Liv is always just going to be. I mean, unless
She's hot, she's blonde, Vince likes her.
no, unless she, I mean, like pulls a Carmella and like ups her game, she's always just kind of going to be, in the background. But that's okay. I mean, not everyone is going to ascend to the mountaintop. It's the way it is. Like some people are Charlotte Flair and some people are Asuka.
Des commented about fodder, and she said she considers that her pro wrestling scorecard entry every time. So that's a good
You're welcome.
Well, you beat me, bitch.
She's going to lose to Nick, though. So, obviously, with them announcing next week that it's going to be Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky versus the Riot Squad, Nick, what are you thinking is going to come of that match? I mean, obviously, look, it may not be those three going over. There could be some sort of drama that actually gets one of them a loss. Becky takes a loss in the tag match because of drama between them three, But is this a smart idea, or are you thinking that this is going to be a good thing for a great way for the go-home show for WrestleMania on Raw?
It just gets them into a match that inevitably is going to blow up. It's going to blow up one way or another, whether they can all work together as a team for a little bit or they can't. I don't think it's going to last very long.
Isn't there a stipulation that don't they have to?
No. Go ahead, finish your thought, Nick.
But yeah, eventually it's going to blow up, and I think that they're going to try and play the fact that Charlotte's got a title and Ronda's got a title, but Becky, you ain't got a title, and they might play a little bit of that and piss Becky off and try and set her off that way. But yeah, I think it's all right.
I swear that when they announced it, Michael Cole said, and if any one of the three women turn on each other, they will not be able to participate in the match.
Oh.
Like I think there is a stipulation to if they don't work as a team, something happens.
I don't remember hearing that.
I don't remember, but
Like I saw this is gonna go down either one of two ways. Either Ronda is gonna the Riot Squad will go over because one of the girls are gonna drop from the ring apron like they don't want to work with them, or they're gonna go over on the Riot Squad again and then get into some big brawl afterwards.
Yeah, no, like I said, I heard there was a stipulation, so my assumption is, okay, after the match is all said and done, then they'll all start fighting each other because it's a go-home show.
Right, and have all kinds of
Shenanigans.
I mean, but they might see that was on Raw, and they might have like completely 86 that because Charlotte won the title on Tuesday.
Right.
So I mean,
they 86 things as they go. As you said, there was supposed to be a fatal 4-way that turned into Charlotte.
Lana was pissed about. Lana was more pissed than anybody.
and
about
then one
that.
of the rumored matches was Asuka was going to take on all 4 women that were in the fatal 4-way match. Asuka was going to take on
All 4 of them.
at WrestleMania in a fatal 5-way match because Vince wanted Asuka to look strong because of last WrestleMania showing, and then she loses the title to Charlotte. So yeah.
I guess going back to that, because we really haven't left this women's division yet. Does anyone want to see Asuka in that match? Like, could it be a fatal 4-way? Nick, you say no?
No.
I said I wouldn't. I want to see Asuka at Mania, but it's kind of too late to do anything with her now that you pretty much scrapped her with the title.
If they did it earlier, maybe, but now, no. Just leave the fuck alone, please.
Z.
No. I mean, with their new philosophy where you're not guaranteed a rematch, no. Why not? I mean, and here's the thing, like, it's not like Charlotte won cheaply, like with a roll up and held the tights or did something behind the ref's
she
back
won
and got the
clean.
pin.
Yeah.
Like she made Asuka tap. Like, yeah, sorry. Like how is Asuka supposed to compete against Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte if
You'd have tapped
she
both of them.
taps to
Yeah,
Charlotte?
that was a really
Yeah, but
strong win.
Becky tapped to Asuka.
I know, but this WWE history things, sometimes we just don't mention things, and they just didn't happen.
I agree, but this all started because Becky lost by tapping to Asuka and then got put into the Royal Rumble match. Like, the beginning of all of this as to why Becky's involved in the WrestleMania main event is because she tapped to Asuka, lost that match, which was able to put her in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Beef with the McMahon.
Plot twist: Fatal 4. Asuka becomes the first unified women's champion.
Look, man, there are fucking people that are so diehard Becky, it doesn't matter what you do against her, you're auto-booed. That's
yeah.
why I feel like Asuka was off TV so long. Because she made Becky tap. No one wanted to see Becky tap. Becky tapped. So, therefore, keep Asuka off TV because the minute she steps out, boo.
Make her a fucking
A
heel.
fucking
then.
midget wrestler, a midget stripper would boo her too.
What is
Leave
with
me
the-
alone, midget stripper!
Wait, what is with this midget stripper shit?
Even I caught on to this one, and I'm
Just leave it alone.
supposedly the slow one.
We're not explaining jokes here. You have to fucking pay attention
I mean,
to our show.
What was that dude's fucking name? Hope they serve beer in hell.
Tucker Max?
Yeah. The
I have that
midget
book.
stripper, like,
No, we're not explaining
Could
it.
you spin her around? Was her cervix deep enough?
She
or?
is very angry at me for being the ring crew champion. Every time I mention it, she fucking boos. Leave me alone!
She doesn't want to be a ringleader? Okay, got it.
Doesn't. No, she's a follower. And she's the back end of the follow. Down there.
So she was
You
like,
do realize midgets have nice asses.
yeah, we're not even going to argue that one.
Right. Midget has a nice ass the way Asuka's one of the better women's wrestlers in WWE. Okay?
Have you ever seen midget ass?
No, I haven't because it's literally like
It's way down there.
It's like hip, knee, foot.
It's like asking me if I ever seen a midget neck. Not available.
Big heads, big asses.
I have, only it's on Kurt Angle. The whole body just
The shifts.
Oh, he's like Batman in fucking Tim Burton movies. Just, I can't turn my neck right now.
and it looks like it's getting worse. Like he looks really stiff from like here up.
All right. So the women have been thrown all kinds of fucking loops. All kinds of hoop-de-hoops. All whoop-de-whoops and doop-de-doops.
Shut up, Kanye.
What?
Shut up, Kanye.
Scoop-de-scoops.
Fuck you.
Sometimes they've been put in group-de-groups. At breakfast eating them Fruity Loops.
I used to be white lane white boy rapper I've ever listened to in my life.
On the football field doing jukey jukes.
Just stop it.
Like me in front of Pappy's pukey pukes.
Oh, man.
Give me some auto tune. Mikey's got a record deal.
That's at BDRcast.
I can see Mikey going back to this clip and auto tuning it just for a gag on the YouTube page.
For a gag? What are you talking about? We're gonna make millions. How we getting sponsors? My fucking auto-tuned rap career.
Oh shit!
Yeah, call me Fat Pain.
Does UNICEF sponsor wrestling podcasts?
And all the AIDS around here, I hope they do.
Oi.
Whoa.
We got the cure. You want to know it? You got to pay us.
We cure AIDS left and right. So anyway, all of the shit that the women have been being put through. Becky Lynch, I would say that Kofi Kingston himself and the New Day have been put through even more, to the point where all of us are just like, get it, that we know what you're doing, go to it, get it fucking done. Well, this week, Vince McMahon said, I don't think the New Day is better than a B-plus tag team. And you have to prove it. You have to go out there and you have to
Beat the entire
compete
tag
in a
division.
gauntlet match. And if you win the gauntlet match, then Kofi Kingston is for sure going to WrestleMania.
Shut up!
Shut up! You're gonna quit? You're whining? You're quitting whining? That's fucking Vinnie Mac with the New Day took on Gallows and Anderson real quick. Guys didn't even too sweet on their way to the ring. Not once. Not a single fucking too sweet.
They're
Not
gone.
on the ramp. Not
They
on
gone.
the ring. Right after that, they beat Nakamura and Rusev. Then after that, the Bar. Then the Usos come out. And while Naomi's cheering in the back, you just know that her fucking heart drops. She's like, oh no, I don't know who to cheer for. God damn it. And then the Usos are like, yo, fuck that. We forfeit, Us.
When was the last time you saw somebody actually forfeit a match?
Everyone was like, oh my God, they're still face. Yay. So they go to the back, and out comes the final tag team, Daniel Bryan and Rowan. And Biggie topples that fucking huge-ass 700-pound table on Rowan.
Which, when he topples it, you realize is only like a quarter of a table. But who's counting?
Right. Rowan couldn't get up. New Day beat Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan by count out.
All I missed was a DQ finish.
And then I think it was Kayla Braxton went into the back as Vince is going into his limo, and she says, hey, New Day won. It goes, yeah, really impressive. Oh. She goes, so does that mean Kofi's going to WrestleMania? And he's like, yes. But the only question is, can a B-plus player beat a B-plus player?
Oh, took a shot.
Although I don't think he really, he didn't really say Daniel Bryan was a B-plus player that time. So Kofi Kingston officially, KofiMania is on. Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, WWE Championship match, WrestleMania. Smitty, how hard did you come when this finally happened?
I did not come, but I was like, okay. But I'm still pessimistic about it. I'm glad Kofi's going, but I'm pessimistic about going into this match.
Because you can't believe anything good can happen to black people
Not in the WWE.
in the WWE. Nothing.
Well, hold on. Japanese people, too.
Ah, yes.
Minorities. in general.
Minorities. Anything?
No, Mexicans get good treatment in WWE.
Okay. Any ethnicity that doesn't garden or make
Fried chicken, say fried chicken or rice patties.
fried chicken and rice patties. So burritos and fucking medium rare steaks are good to go. Fried chicken and rice patties, no.
Cream of some young guy.
So Smitty, you think Kofi's gonna lose?
I think that's the one fairy tale ending we don't get at Mania.
Really? Mm-hmm. We put up a poll asking of the three that people are going to see go to Mania for the
I was
titles.
surprised when I saw that one.
The three to lose. Who do you think it would be? The polls are still going if you go to our Twitter, twitter.com/BDRcast. And it says, okay, you have to choose one not to win their title match at WrestleMania. Who is it? Is it Becky? Is it Seth? Or is it Kofi? What?
Smitty.
This is vibrating. Headphones are vibrating.
Oh, well, fucking ridiculous.
Toast my mother.
So,
Hi, Mrs. Smitty. Hello, mother.
Answer the phone. Call Mama Smith back.
He better
She's
call his
listening,
mama.
dog. She's
He
listening.
better call his mama.
She doesn't like the fact that you just call black people a stereotype.
She just watched you ignore her phone call.
Yeah.
Let me get this motherfucker on the
Mama
phone.
Smith saw you throw the fucking phone.
I did not throw the
Talk
phone.
to Mama Smitty. Call Mama Smitty
I'll
back.
call her after the show.
No, call her right now. Call Mama
Right
Smitty
on
right
the
now.
air. Do it.
I am not calling my mother on air.
There
Z,
are.
you have her number.
No, he doesn't.
You have my phone.
I do.
You don't have my mom's number, do you?
Yeah, she's called me a few times.
It's for another show.
And if you really are listening, Miss Smitty, I'm sorry.
Call her, Smitty.
I'm not calling my mom
Smitty,
right
call
now.
her. Smitty, call her.
Let's continue our conversation.
We will if you fucking call your mom.
I shall text her.
No, yeah, ask her what she
You
wants.
better call your mama.
I'm texting my mother right now.
Text her right now. Mom, you know I'm in the podcast. What's up?
Yes, that's literally what I'm about to say.
As you should. Okay, so the poll we put up, you have to choose one to lose their title match at WrestleMania. Becky, Seth, or Kofi. Currently, the standings are, and there's only 3 minutes left in this poll. So basically, 44% of the people want Seth to lose. 29, Kofi. 27, Becky. Really close with Becky and Kofi. But that also stands to kind of disprove a couple things that we've been thinking here. That Kofi's hotter than Becky. Because if you had to choose which one you want to lose, Becky being the lowest means that she's the bigger favorite.
Yeah, in personal opinion. And storyline-wise, it would make sense for Becky to lose.
Why?
Because she hasn't gotten her one-on-one with Ronda, and you can continue that storyline a little bit further. With Seth and Brock, I mean, if Brock beats Seth, that's the end of the storyline. If Seth beats Brock, you get maybe a rematch at SummerSlam. Who knows? And with Kofi, I mean, I just fucking give it to him. You know, like, I mean, that's just my thought process. I'm just saying, like, going further, cool, Becky wins it in a fatal 4-way or fatal or triple threat match. But what we've all wanted from day one since this feud started was one-on-one Ronda and Becky. You can still do that you can still do it even if Becky does win the championship.
I think the smarter way of doing it is Becky not pinning Ronda and pinning Charlotte to win both the titles.
But
and then Ronda saying, you never beat me.
But it doesn't matter because guess what? WWE, you get to start back at the bottom now. As far as what they said, as far as rematches go.
Not all rematches.
No, Daniel Bryan was the one who provoked the rematch.
But the Usos gave Shane.
Oh, yeah,
a
Shane
rematch.
and Miz.
Yeah, but they gave, you know what I'm saying? It's not automatic anymore. So
Right, so Becky could say, but I'm saying like Ronda could say that, and of course Becky would be like, I'm the man. Of course I can beat you.
But now my question, as it pertains to the women and Kofi, WWE kind of put themselves in a tough spot here.
Why?
Well, if Kofi goes over, then there's going to be an uproar saying that Kofi going over overshadowed the women's main event. And if Kofi doesn't go over, WWE is racist.
Why would you think that overshadows the women?
Because Kofi winning is, I would say, in my opinion, more historic than
the women's main
event at WrestleMania.
Why?
Because he would be the first ever full African American to win the WWE title ever.
Did you see The Rock comment on this? Someone mentioned how The Rock was he was Samoan Dynasty, is why he went over, blah blah blah. And The Rock commented back, he's like, I'm really glad I came across this. I was both.
Yeah.
I'm black and Samoan.
He said he's proud of his heritage, but he did not deny the fact that the Hanoi legacy got him a leg up. He never denied it. He said he's proud of his heritage.
That's like Charlotte saying the Flair legacy doesn't give her a leg up. Of course it does. But it doesn't. That's not what got him the title.
And that's not what made The Rock a superstar. The Rock is a fucking superstar because The Rock was born to be a fucking superstar. No, black, white, Asian, whatever. Doesn't matter.
It's true.
And we've discussed this before. If The Rock was white and doing that, same fucking thing. Huge. If The Rock was plain black Same thing. Moving on up. The Rock was Asian doing what he was doing. Same thing. Moving on up. Because The Rock had more charisma in his fucking finger than anybody in wrestling at that time.
So
WWE,
WWE, WWF.
When it comes to Attitude, there was a lot of guys that had charisma.
More charisma than The Rock at that
say-
time. That's what I just said. I
He had
said
charisma for a push at some point.
I said The Rock had more charisma than any wrestler in the world at that time.
Yeah, because WCW's on the downfall at that point. They had
Doesn't
nobody-
matter. Doesn't even matter who the fuck was in WCW. Because he had more charisma than any one of them on the fucking roster.
You could argue Stone Cold,
I gotta-
but that's it.
It wasn't even. Austin was over. Jericho had charisma like The Rock, but once again, when he first got WWE, he was still booked as a WCW guy. But he did have a lot. He has a shit ton of charisma.
We're not going into a sidecast with that. More than Rock?
I would say probably almost just as much.
Okay, more than Rock?
I'd say just as much. I'm not gonna say
Was
more.
it more than Rock?
Say not more.
So if it's not more, then The Rock had more charisma than anybody.
But
If you're not better than, if you're equal to, Jericho is equal to The Rock.
charisma wise,
Yes, when The Rock's main hiatus of title runs was going on, you're saying Jericho was charisma-wise equal to The Rock in 99 and 2000 because The Rock kind of started disappearing after SummerSlam 2001.
I'm not to answer for Smitty, but I don't agree that Jericho had as much charisma as The Rock. But as far as matching wits on the microphone,
With the comebacks?
I mean Jericho was 2 to The Rock's 1.
Okay.
it was a charismatic.
I'd even
and
give
was
it
it
1.5 to The Rock's one.
charisma in the ring.
Yeah.
Charisma in the ring. Jericho was way more fluid as well.
I'm not arguing. Whoa, whoa. I will never say Rock is a top 10 in-ring performer.
I'm
Never
talking
in
about
my world.
charisma within the ring.
I'm talking microphone skills. If
But charisma
any
goes-
one of those guys in that had better work rates than Benoit, if Benoit had better work rate, better mic skills than what he had, Benoit would have been shot to the top even faster.
If Benoit had charisma, period,
Yeah.
he would have been like Bret Hart. He would have been the second coming of Bret Hart. And we know how much charisma Bret Hart had.
Bret Fart.
But like when you talk charisma, I think charisma not just promo skills, charisma within the ring. Like The Rock in the ring was just
The Rock could work a crowd, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so could Jericho.
I'll give you that. And Jericho, I would.
Wait, hold on. We're not going into a sidecast.
Okay.
I'm not arguing that about Jericho's in-ring work.
Absolutely, but you said charisma. I think charisma in general.
And you're saying even with The Rock at The Rock's height when he was running the fucking company before he went to go start doing movies after Scorpion King.
I would say yes. It's like his feud with the McMahon Helmsley with the whole McMahon Helmsley
Post Rock.
That was 2000.
McMahon Helmsley with
Jericho with the whole Earl Hebner thing.
I
that
thought
2000?
I thought that was after Rock left.
Or 2001?
Jericho was in the main event area, so Rock wasn't around.
He's thinking of the time that Stephanie picked Jericho.
Oh no, that was like 2002.
Vince picked The Rock.
The show. No, that was Mac. No, if you talk about WrestleMania 16, Vince had The Rock, Linda had Mick Foley, Triple H, and Big Show, and Shane had Big Show.
Yeah. Okay.
But there was another time where Jericho was paired with Stephanie McMahon.
That was WrestleMania 18.
I'm talking I'm not talking WrestleManias. I'm talking like full blown.
You're talking
storyline.
Yeah, no, that was a storyline where Jericho was undisputed champion. He went into that was the storyline going into WrestleMania 18.
So WrestleMania 18, when The Rock came back to fight Hulk Hogan, real quick, and wasn't in the main event title scene. Okay. Again, not what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
because
I'm talking
Rock
before
Austin was
that.
15, 17, 19.
I say Hogan.
And 19
maybe.
is a bullshit one that they just gave to Rock to get a fucking win over Mania, Austin over Mania.
Yeah.
I'm talking in Rock's height, his prime. his prime. Because Jericho came in just after 2000.
Came in right before 2000.
No, they did the whole
Countdown.
So it was right before. So it was 99.
Yeah.
Okay. So right when Jericho came in, Rock was starting a decline. As a matter of fact, plateauing, and then eventually within a year went away. Right? A year and a half is when he started doing the movie thing. So again, I'm talking about right there, right before Rock started doing movies.
That 99, 2000?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still say his charisma was right up there with Dwayne.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your edition of Wednesday Night Wrong.
The wrong count, Smitty 2, everybody else 0.
At BDRcast.
Des said she agrees with Smitty. She thinks Jericho had as much charisma as The Rock. If Jericho didn't have the charisma, then he couldn't have made a WWE.
Blah, 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 blah.
No, but
You are playing the heel, boy.
but that's not the same.
You want to catch?
Yeah, because
That was a good left-handed throw by me.
it was. I still caught it.
No, I said it was a good one.
Jericho, when he made his debut, could match wits with The Rock. That was the whole point. As far as like, I mean, The Rock just oozed charisma.
Have you ever rewatched Jericho's debut in WWE? I'm sorry for interrupting, but have you ever rewatched it?
Yes, a couple times.
Okay. So you're saying he matched wits with Rock right then? Or are you talking about down the line, like when
No,
it
as the
was
storyline progressed, because even in Jericho's book, he's like, yeah, I kind of shit the bed.
Yeah,
Right,
okay,
right.
yeah, because
For the debut part.
Yeah.
But as the storyline developed, they were going back and forth, and they were, as far as mic skills and talking trash to one another, they were on the same fucking level. But the difference was Jericho had to try to be on that level. The Rock just did it. So therefore, in my opinion, The Rock has more natural charisma.
and that's all I'm saying. And that's, again, I'm not saying he didn't have it. And I'm not saying, Smitty, you're wrong because it's your opinion. I'm just giving you shit, obviously. But
I'm
again,
used to it by now.
where the fuck was this going? Oh, the black champion thing. Somehow we got into it. Yeah, so because that's why
Yeah, he'd be
Rock
the-
could have
he'd
done
be-
it no matter what.
Well,
Back to overshadowing the women.
How we got here.
Yeah.
Because Kofi will be the first fully African American champion
Literally.
ever. WWE champion ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the company's history, WWF, WWF, WWE.
And you think that
Period.
will overshadow the women just because of it?
I mean, it in my mind, and this is not a knock on the women,
Right.
But they've already, I mean, they haven't main evented WrestleMania, but they've main evented other pay-per-views, and we see where this evolution is going. But for me, that final barrier where a full African American,
What a nigga can get over.
yeah, what Smitty said. For me, that's right on par with the women.
I'll give you that.
WrestleMania. So, and my point is, I won't look at it as it overshadowing. I'm saying the internet may, just because there's trolls out there, and even the IWC, they always find something.
IWC.
They always find something to complain about. So if Kofi wins, they'll complain that it overshadowed the women. And if Kofi loses, they'll complain that WWE is racist. That's my point.
I'll 100% agree that you're going to hear nothing but WWE is racist if Kofi loses.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that at all in any way, shape, or form.
Which is
Matter
dumb,
of fact,
because if they were
Smitty's
really
gonna come on
racist,
the
he
fucking-
wouldn't even be in this
Smitty's
fucking
gonna
spot.
Smitty's going to be on our fucking show at the fucking viewing party going, fuck WWE, racist motherfuckers, blah, 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 blah,
I
blah,
will make an
blah.
outfit change to my Black Panther outfit.
He's going to come out going,
No, not that Black Panther. I'm talking.
oh, you have a beret?
I do actually. I just can't fit it anymore.
Sorry, I ruined
much
your
hair.
Black Panther party.
And Nick's retarded.
That's not a nice word.
Yeah, it's tarded.
It's Z-tarded.
Yeah, it's no.
Gotta be PZ about it.
I'm politically incorrect and damn proud of it.
Of course you're not. So back to what we were talking about, Smitty. So if you had to pick one of the three to lose, who would you pick, Smitty?
I really want to see all three of them win. So that's why it's hard to pick this one. But if I had to pick somebody, I'd probably say Seth.
Okay. Nick, do you think all three should win?
Should?
Yes.
No. No.
No?
No.
Why?
If they go the route of undisputed champion, Charlotte should win that.
Ooh, okay.
I just think it's a good story for her. It makes sense. If they go that route. If they don't...
You don't think that her having the most title wins for any woman in WWE is enough? Because
That was one thing people was pissed about, too.
In history.
No?
You think she deserves a undisputed?
Give her a 10th
first.
Well, give her a ninth, I believe, 10th.
I don't know if that would be a ninth. That would be just
a unification.
If you're gonna do the undisputed, Becky deserves it. And my thought process on this is Becky is literally of the four women that came up and started this revolution and evolution and all that. She's the only one who hasn't gotten a first.
Yes, she was. She was the first Smackdown Women's Champion.
true.
Okay, then I'm talking about first Hell in a Cell match, first main event of Raw, they were handing out all these firsts to Charlotte and Bayley and Sasha.
She did get one. I'm trying to think which one it was.
No, she didn't. She may have participated in the first Women's Royal Rumble, but
the women's Money in the Bank. She was in the first.
Participated in the first Women's Money in the Bank.
But she didn't. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Becky will be the first. That'll be her legacy. She'll be the first undisputed. Charlotte's already got a legacy. Ronda's already got a legacy. This would be Becky's legacy. Is my thought process.
Daniel said. Daniel from Pro Wrestling Scorecard said, as far as that match, if we're not going unification, he said the match goes on as booked, no DQs. So Baszler comes out. Flair goes at it with her on the outside of the ring. Other MMA 4 horsewomen come out to help. Bayley and Sasha come out. Lynch wins, all 4 horsewomen with belts at close of show. So it doesn't change that. So the SmackDown title doesn't get involved in this. It doesn't become a unification. It is literally
horsemen with belts
because
Sasha
Bayley
and Bayley
Sasha
have the women tag.
have the
Charlotte
women's
have
tag.
the.
all 4. Oh,
Charlotte
okay,
will be your
I'm
SmackDown
thinking
Women's Champion.
MMA, okay.
Yeah, and then Raw champion is Becky.
So yeah, I would think that's something you would book for SummerSlam, so then you could have that match at Survivor Series.
Why wouldn't you want that match at SummerSlam? The second biggest pay per view
But
of the year.
the 4 horsewomen of one and the 4 horsewomen of
Oh,
another.
I'm saying you could. And
You would book that at
it could then
Survivor
extend in
Series.
Survivor Series for a Survivor Series match. But I'm saying like having one-on-one Becky versus Ronda, one-on-one Charlotte versus Shayna, one-on-one tag team Sasha and Bayley versus Jessamine and Shafir.
Well, are you sure you want to pull up Shafir and Duke right now?
Again, we're not going to go in, but I'm saying like that's what they're.
I agree with Daniel, but only if Baszler drops at TakeOver.
Ooh, that's a tough. That's one I think.
Because if you have her come in, she's going to be on the main roster. Mm-hmm. That's how you build that storyline. So if Baszler drops, then I could see that.
And Bianca Belair becomes NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah,
that's the only one of those 3 that I could see.
Yeah, and then Smitty will be okay with Kofi losing. It'll be perfect. It'll work itself out.
I'm happy with either one. Any one of those 4 winning.
She's so overrated.
Bianca?
Yeah, we're moving on. Miz and Shane McMahon cut a wonderful promo on SmackDown Live to where Miz said he wants a Falls Count Anywhere match at WrestleMania versus Shane McMahon. Shane comes out. What did Triple H call him? The guards of the indie scene come out before him.
Yeah.
Then Primo, no Epico because I think Epico's still injured. Shelton Benjamin and Sanity come out, and then Shane comes out.
Oh, the security, and then
Shane says cuts a scathing promo on Miz.
Punt. I like the nice little
Just
pun
to
there.
the point, he's like, fucking said that
I'm gonna beat you as stupid as your dad looks.
Matter of fact, let's see a picture of that.
He said, "The worst mistake your dad did was getting your mom pregnant."
Just, and then fucking Miz goes through everybody to get to Shane, but Shane's already gone. Nick, when you were watching this and listening to this and seeing what Miz did after, because look, commentary put it over. This is the most fucking brutal Miz has ever been, just so fucking going at it. Where was your head at in all of this? Did it sell this even more to you?
Yeah, it did. Miz was going ham on those security guards. And then, I really thought that once Sanity and, Cologne got involved, and that would kind of put an end to that. But he fucking kicked all their asses, too, and he just kept on going, man. And you see Shane in the background kind of hiding halfway behind the screen there, trying to get away. Miz looked really good, and he played that part of a pissed-off motherfucker really well.
Broadcast said on our video chat that Miz versus Shane will be great. Z, I'm going to go to you because we, myself included, and many a times with this, we have said that we're just kind of done seeing Shane McMahon. Like, he keeps getting spots. He doesn't deserve it. Like, it's making these other guys look foolish, kind of.
But they did this build the right way.
So
They made you care about this match.
okay, but you're okay with Shane having a spot at WrestleMania this year because of the build.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean,
think they
I
opened the show.
actually care about the match. Like they did a good job psychology wise in the build for this. Like they started a couple months early, made them a tag team, this, that, the other thing, the turn, and now with the promos going back and forth on the microphone, like the build to this match is great. I mean, quite honestly,
They're gonna open the show probably.
Yeah, sure. I don't think this match is going to be a great match. Like I don't think it's going to be a 5 or 4 star match, but I am interested in seeing it because of the way they built the match.
Yeah, start to finish. I mean, even back when Shane was kind of wishy-washy on being a tag team with The Miz, it took some convincing, and then they went through that whole process. Yeah, the whole thing's been...
Like we always talk about how slow builds are the best, and this is like the slowest build we've gotten in a long time. This is like a 6 months build in the making.
And it's
the
a
best. Oh, sorry.
It's a slow build that you knew was coming too, because we've all called this.
Yeah.
The minute that was announced. But like
Chris always used to say,
Orlando always used to say, predictable is fine as long as you do it well.
and they're doing it well.
Yeah, Smitty, your thought process on all this?
This is the best thing to come out the whole Crown Jewel situation, first and foremost. And this is the first time I'm actually buying into Miz as a face.
Wasn't last week?
I'm talking about this whole story here. I'm starting to buy. We always talk about how Miz is way better as a heel than a face.
Right.
He's just not. He's usually just bland and boring, like Orton type face, where he's kind of bland and boring and just doing
When has
checking the
Miz
boxes.
ever been like a true face other than right now?
His last U.S. title run when he was going after was beefing with Cesaro.
True.
When he came back
Again, it's also not memorable because it wasn't great.
his last
Like
U.S.
Asuka's matches on WWE television.
Right before he started doing the whole Hollywood persona, he was a face.
I don't remember the Miz ever being a face. But
Oh yeah, like it was.
I mean,
it was-
I've always slightly been a fan. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, I think what he's done the past couple of years is the best work he's ever done.
agreed.
Like, since he's adopted the whole Hollywood heel persona, this is the best work he's done.
Smitty, when you were watching this, is this exciting you for that Mania match?
It's got me a little bit more interested than I was, because this is one of the matches I thought was just like, oh, it's just gonna be a throwaway match, and we all know the outcome. And then like,
Do we?
Shane doesn't win at Mania. Shane is the anti-taker of Mania.
He's alive, man.
Honestly, though, like, I mean,
Take a drink, man.
I think Shane could go over. I think Miz's dad could be involved, and Miz's dad does a heel turn on the Miz. You could ride this thing out to SummerSlam, really. Play your cards right.
But do you want to?
Why not?
If they're doing it like this, yeah, I'd be all right with it.
I was gonna say, like, and we always bitch about the repetitiveness, but when it's done right, I don't mind it. And it's not like you're gonna see them fight at every pay-per-view until SummerSlam. It'll be like Miz will be off TV. He's having another kid anyway, so
Right.
Miz will be off TV for a little bit, and then they'll come back and they'll do another build up until fucking SummerSlam. Like, you could literally ride this out for another 6 months if you do it correctly.
When is the other kid due? Does anyone know?
It's got to be soon because they announced that 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So we're looking around August, maybe.
So right after SummerSlam, maybe right before.
I'll say
Yeah,
August,
so if
right
you
around
run
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, like even if Miz goes over on Shane, takes Shane off the air, and we could build this back up to SummerSlam, and then Shane takes out Miz, and that's his storyline injury.
Yeah. I am fully invested in this. It's something I did not realize I was going to be as invested. It's a feud. This is one of those didn't know you wanted till you got it situations.
It's like underwear for Christmas.
What?
You don't want to get underwear for Christmas, but you appreciate it later.
Well, our problem with Shane the past couple of years was against AJ. It was just kind of, here's this. Like, there was no build to it. It was just one day AJ beat the shit out of Shane. And that was like what you got. With this, there was a build. With the Taker match, like, there was a stipulation and Shane lost, but we're still going to enforce stipulation anyway. So that was dumb.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't necessarily that Shane got a spot at Mania that we were upset about. We were upset about, like, why? And now we have a match that's like, okay, I get it. Now I know why. This is kind of cool. I want to see what happens.
So Smitty, you think this is going to lead off the show?
Yeah.
Why?
That's the only place I can see them putting this match. I don't see him. I don't see him either. It's just gonna be the opener because like whatever they do for the pre-show, it's gonna be one of the matches. Like right now, with as much hype as got behind his build, it'll be a great opener, and it's a taste. It's supposed to be a teaser or a taste of what they want the crowd to be excited about for WrestleMania.
What if they did it like Goldust and Piper, where it lasts the whole show? Like they get in a car and they chase
like
each
that.
other.
Street fight.
The Josh, the Bronco that OJ was in.
That'd be good. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think that the build is kind of like that. I mean, to be fair, I really wish they did the Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt thing at Mania like that. Like we were talking about that was it last year?
Yeah.
Like we really would. That fucking just went the whole fucking show. It would have been beautiful.
Oh no, that wasn't last year because last year Matt Hardy won the Andre.
Yeah, because Matt Hardy had already beaten Bray Wyatt earlier in the couple weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
And it didn't fucking happen that way. It should have, but it didn't. Sons of bitches. Nick, do you think this should open the show? If not, maybe another match that hasn't been announced yet.
I could see it opening the show based on Smitty's point, depending on what they do on the pre-show. I could even see Joe and Ray opening the show.
I think they're going to open with a battle royal.
Now, Battle was gonna be a pre-show. Let's be honest.
They said something this year about it being on the actual show. So if it is on the actual show, I think one of the battle royals is the opener.
There's only one other match I can see going on before that, and that'd be the SmackDown tag titles.
What about the cruiserweight title?
They're not going to have either tag title on the show. That's for what I read.
Well, they've been setting up the Hardys versus the Usos for the last couple of weeks.
That'd be nice. How about maybe AJ Randy?
Oh, that'd be somewhere in the middle of the card, probably. That's
Really? Why is that?
I think that's their name's a little bit more high profile than Miz is.
I understand that, but usually when you're booking a card, you want a match to kick off that is sells people right in, buys them right off the bat. You start at a high. I would think that match would be Randy and AJ. No major title on the line, nothing like that. Two great wrestlers going at it, kicking off the show with probably the best match of the night. Not the best high of the night. Let's be very honest, because if Kofi or Becky win, those are your emotional moments. That's your emotional investment matches. Obviously, your better wrestled matches, and that is AJ Orton. Like, we're just thinking that.
Another one match I thought about putting there, but I know they would not, would be Reigns and McIntyre. But they would not put that at the beginning of a show.
I can see that in the middle.
I mean, I could also see it being Ray and Samoa Joe.
Ray and Samoa Joe, another one. I'm also agreeing that could be a good match.
Yeah.
I mean, look, here's the rundown right now for this card.
17 matches, right?
The triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship. Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. Here's what's really funny about how they have this listed. I'm going in order, so this is where the WWE has
Is ranking these titles.
Triple threat match. Daniel Bryan versus Kofi. Brock versus Seth. Triple H versus Batista. Shane versus Miz. AJ versus Randy. Samoa Joe versus Ray. Angle versus Corbin. Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, that may open there.
And the Women's Tag Team Championship match, Bayley and Sasha versus Beth and Natalya versus Iconics versus Jackson Tamina.
That could open the show, too.
I wouldn't be opposed to that whole thing top to bottom in that order.
You did not name a tag team title match, did you?
Because they're not
There's only one tag team title match, and that's the women's.
How many matches is that?
13.
13. So 13 matches. All the titles except for the tag matches are on this card.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but did we not post an article on the page saying that the Corbin Angle match was canceled?
There was reports coming out that saying they were going to fix it. Now, at the same time, there's also new reports coming out saying that it's going to happen, but then Cena would come out or something like that.
Like I said,
Well, I was thinking there's still one more Raw,
Yeah.
and Angle could snap and put Corbin in the ankle lock, and then Corbin won't be cleared for WrestleMania because of his ankle.
Right.
I mean, one of many scenarios I've played around with.
the one scenario I said he crushes Corbin is he pretty much start bragging like, yeah, this is not how I thought it would be going out.
And now
then you have Cena as a quote unquote surprise. As a hey, why don't you got all this energy? Why don't you take me on? And Cena puts him down.
But Cena has to come out in like bright neon Spanx and vanilla ice hair. My name is John Cena, and I have ruthless aggression. And roids.
Whoa! Never did roids in his life, he says.
Horse shit.
Maybe this John Cena. Fruity Pebbles John Cena? No. That John Cena definitely took a supplement or two.
Said he didn't. He was in weightlifting ever since he was a kid.
I did not say steroids. I said supplement.
Oh, supplements. That's different. That's
The horse tranquilizers.
Up next, let's talk about what we were talking about as a possible not going to kick off the show. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Drew comes out demanding his answer. Said that Joe is an embarrassment to his family. He's going to go back to his wife and his kids. He puts him through all this stuff. He's like, he's going to beat him the way leukemia couldn't.
I love that line. Sorry.
Roman comes out, gets face to face with Drew and says, you can say whatever you want. Don't talk about my wife and kids. I'll beat your ass. And then beats his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty much just like Roman Reigns accepts your challenge. But Joe wants to give you a reminder never to talk about my wife or my kids.
Are you invested in this at all, Z?
Yeah, because I think Drew's going over.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I think they're building
Put
him
your hands down. We'll get to you.
to be the top heel. And I also think that they're using this to kind of humanize Roman Reigns, which is a good thing because he's over right now. And the worst thing they can do is go back to
Super Reigns?
Go back to what they were doing. Like, yeah, let Drew beat his ass. Let Drew beat his ass for a couple months. Let Roman go over at SummerSlam or later on down the road. Like, let Drew be the kryptonite to Roman Reigns' Superman.
Okay. Smitty,
I said
you were throwing your hands up. I
'Cause
need
I-
to talk. I need to talk.
No,
I'm
no, no.
Smitty.
I said it last. Well, like I said it last week. What legitimizes Drew McIntyre as the baddest heel on Raw? A win over all 3 members of the Shield in succession. He's beaten Seth. He's beaten Dean twice now. The only thing left is the big dog. Yes, I said it.
Smitty loves Roman now.
And then to beat
funny how
Roman
that
Reigns. No,
works.
to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That makes him head on. There's no
It makes
better
him the
heel.
only person to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania other than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he's the second person to beat. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Last week.
second person to beat Reigns since
Seth
no.
Rollins.
Oh, Seth Rollins
At-
third.
At Mania?
He was
Yeah,
third.
that was when he cashed in.
He pinned Reigns.
Oh, yeah. In a singles match.
All right, WWE with your caveats. I got to put this in here and make it fucking legitimate.
But it also like Z did bring up the point like to humanize Reigns. Reigns going over on McIntyre. It's go back. You're pretty much going doing the same old shit that made you not like Reigns in the first place.
I mean, yeah, have Drew go over dirty, but still have him go over. And I mean, you can have Roman look good. You can still have Drew dominate most of the match and just have him go over dirty. That way you can continue that feud. Keep Roman out of the title picture because I think that's the best thing you can do with Roman right now.
Roman win, but because
Drew wins, but Drew wins dirty. Like ref turns his back.
okay.
You know what I mean? Wins or like the low blow. I mean, God, I hope they don't do that. But
It's not AJ Styles match.
well,
it's already been put in though. It's already been.
right, but the overuse of the low blow this past year and a half.
What's he gonna say? It's not an AJ Styles match.
Nick, how are you feeling about this as a build? Like, do you think it? Obviously, look, we can't argue the time frame of this. It happened because Roman was like, yeah, remission, and had to take some time away, so they don't have much time to build this. But Drew's been cutting promos, doing what he did to Roman a couple weeks ago. How are you feeling about this? Are you excited for it? Is it something that you think could be I'm not going to say show stealer because it's not like these guys, while these guys can go in the ring, they're not the caliber of AJ and Orton. But is it something that could have you have an emotional investment into the match?
Yeah, I think so. Not as much as any, a few of the other matches, but last week I had mentioned I thought that Drew would be able to beat Roman at Mania, and the argument was, well, Drew would still be over even if he lost, which he would
go over without getting
he
over,
would,
yeah.
But to Z's point, to put him over dirty would catapult him into like that super heel type status,
like Orton heel status,
right? And he's beaten the entire Shield, and he's just on this fucking roll right now because for a while, a little bit before the Rumble, Drew was taking loss after loss for a 2 or 3 week span there, and I was kind of like,
2 of them to Ziggler.
yeah, I was kind of like, damn, like what are they doing here? But now he's getting back up there, and to both of these guys' points, to humanize Roman in that aspect, keep him out of that title picture for now. I like that angle a little bit more. I like Drew as a heel. I like him as a super heel. He's a fucking asshole, and I love it.
And if you have him beat Roman, no matter who wins the Universal title at Mania, that puts Drew at the front of the line for a title shot. Because he's either beaten Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match, so he should get a title shot, or he's beaten the only person to beat Brock Lesnar in the past.
That's something we hadn't even talked about. Could Seth lose so Drew is the one to beat Brock Lesnar?
That's the only reason I think that Seth goes over. Because if you want to build a proper feud, I think you're better with Seth and McIntyre than you are with Lesnar and McIntyre. Because at that point, you literally just shifting McIntyre from a monster heel to a tweener, almost. Because at that point, at that point, the way WWE's not going to book a heel versus heel match like that.
But it doesn't have to be heel versus heel. It's going to be Brock versus Drew. One badass versus the other badass, and they're both just going to cut badass promos. And by badass, I mean Heyman's.
Heyman and McIntyre.
Heyman's going to make a photo montage of Heyman making a photo montage of Heyman making a photo montage.
I'm just like, typical WWE booking. They wouldn't. The fact that they want to keep McIntyre a heel and obviously Lesnar a heel, you got to put Seth over because they don't book heel. They book face heel.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't on the mic interrupting Smitty's point laughing. Photo montage of a photo montage of a photo montage. This is so true. That was that promo. And Smitty, I was listening to what you said, and I don't know so much that Brock would get booed if he was going against Drew, a guy that just ran to the Shield, that has had all this shit talking, and then Brock going, "Who the fuck are you?"
But also,
Yeah.
now that I just thought about it, Drew would also make the perfect Money in the Bank person. I mean, not that he needs it because he's right there on the cusp of like being the next main event guy.
Right.
So and a win over Roman, whether dirty or not, puts you right in that fucking place. And Roman doesn't lose credibility here either. It doesn't make Roman look weak. Why? Because Roman just survived cancer. He came back. That's the other.
Lost to Drew Canzentire.
No, no. That's the other thing I hate is so at Fastlane, right? They were all the way up to it. They're like, yeah, Roman Reigns has been gone for 4 months. Michael Cole on the mic. Roman Reigns hasn't seen action in the ring in 6 months. No.
WWE forging numbers.
No, that is wrong.
WWE forging numbers.
Just
It's
you're
just
trying
like
to make
WCW a Goldberg streak. Yeah. Up next, let's talk about it. Triple H cut a promo that was 100% unscripted.
Oh yeah, because he called him a piece of shit.
he even in the promo incorporated that fucking online thing with the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, he called him a piece. He called you a piece of shit on live television.
Triple H pulled out a letter eventually from his jacket that Batista sent to him.
I'm
and
going to
said,
chop to the letter.
he's like, he goes, the letter starts off saying that we have to tell him what he wants, give him what he really, really wants, what he really, really wants, what he really, really wants. And he goes, yeah, he wants me to put my career on the line. And he goes, if I can't beat some self-pretentious douchebag like you, I don't deserve to be in this ring. So he agreed to put his career on the line in the no-holds-barred match against Batista at WrestleMania. Didn't see anything from Batista. Obviously, next week is the go-home show. There's going to be a lot of storytelling to be going on in Raw next week. Nick, when you were watching this, is this the type of promo that you want from more people, or is it okay for just Triple H and some of the other people, maybe just a few of the other people, to talk like this because only they could pull it off?
I would like to see it happen more often. It seems like for Triple H, it seems like it's more believable in that sense. I feel like that's not only his character, but that's who he is coming out in that aspect. So, yeah, I'd like to see a lot more of it. And like you said, they do have a lot more storytelling to do next week because this build-up for this match to me has just been kind of lackluster.
Really?
Yeah.
You think about that been lackluster like that, Smitty?
I think it's kind of like I said, it's rushed. It's not. I want to say they're doing what they can with the time they have.
I'm interested, for sure, but I'm just kind of like,
It's there.
To answer your question about Triple H.
No, I'm talking about this build now.
No, I know, but I'm going back to the promo real quick, and then
Okay.
I'll jump. I would like to see more of it from other wrestlers, because the one thing it does is it shows the fans that Triple H pays attention. He pays attention to Twitter. He pays attention to things are going on, and like it shows
more of it from Triple H or more of it from other wrestlers as well.
Whatever. You know what I mean? Like it just shows that they came out and they said, "Okay, you guys, we get the point. We're going to give you what you want. No pun intended.
What you really want.
Right. But so it goes out and while building this feud with Batista, it proves that like Triple H has got his pulse, has the pulse on things. Like he pays attention to what's going on the internet. So he actually so it makes it look like, hey, I'm cutting this promo, but hey, also guys, I am listening to you. You know what I mean? Now with the match, I'm kind of interested. I mean, we saw it at WrestleMania 21. But I mean, this isn't like the first time ever. But as far as the continuing story goes, Batista's never been a promo guy. He's never been good, ever. Name me one fantastic Batista promo, period.
Fantastic? No. Good stuff with him and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And then?
I'm just saying. I can give you one good one. I can't.
I mean, not
Whenever he relinquishes the title.
So, I mean, my lack of interest in this feud comes more from just the lack of Batista's, like, mic skills, I guess, so to say. But, yeah, I can't wait to watch these two just beat the shit out of each other.
Nice. Finally, before we go, and we're leaving a little early today for the simple fact that we're just going to have such a long fucking show next week. The New Japan Cup came to an end with Kazuchika Okada winning, which means he will be facing Jay
Shane McMahon
White.
for the best World Cup.
Close. He'll be facing Jay White for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at the G1 Supercard Super Show at Madison Square Garden the night before WrestleMania, the night after NXT TakeOver, the night of some Hall of Fame induction. What?
You said the night before WrestleMania and after TakeOver?
Yeah, TakeOver's Friday.
When did that get moved?
Fucking while ago.
Yeah, he got moved a couple months back.
So TakeOver's Friday, Hall of Fame is Saturday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might be able to watch both of these because I think I got Friday nights off now at work, so I might actually be able to
How'd
watch
you
it.
manage that one?
I asked. Good matchup, Smitty?
So, we've seen Okada and Jay White before. Well, I've seen Okada and Jay White before, and they actually have really good chemistry together. They're two young. They're literally two of the younger guys on that roster that have made waves in New Japan, and literally they're 1-1 right now within those two being in a ring with each other. So White, the first time they were put together, Okada went over. Second time, White went over. And this is right before White won a title. So this is a good rubber match for the two of them.
Obviously, this is more than likely going to close out the fucking night.
Either that or that triple threat ladder match for the ROH championship.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I think that IWGP Heavyweight Championship holds more weight than, not just because it's a bigger belt.
It may hold more weight, but we'll say I think you have more excitement to a ladder match when Marty Scurll is in there, who's also been a star in both ROH and New Japan.
Maybe. Is this the match that you want now, or would you have preferred it for the next Wrestle Kingdom?
I'm fine with it now because the G1's coming up. So Okada's. I don't think Okada's won the G1, has he? Yes, he did. So Okada be the. So it's usually the G1 is always usually somebody new. There's only maybe I think one or two-time winners if I remember correctly. Or maybe none.
Could you see Okada going over and then Jay White winning the G1?
For a fourth match, possibly. But that's what this is one of the few matches I'm excited about because I feel like I have no clue who's going to take this one.
It's supposed to be my partner. What do you mean you have no fucking clue?
Smitty, I do. Before we actually sign off, there's a lot of indie news with Lucha Underground. Is it Lucha Underground?
Yeah, Lucha Underground.
Go ahead
AAA as well.
and go ahead.
Also affiliated with AAA as well.
I'm only concerned with the Lucha Underground stuff that for the contracts of superstars. Go into that a little bit, and then we're going to be taking off, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Lucha Underground was recently sued by 5 of their stars. about unfair contract stipulations and the refusal to renegotiate these contracts after having agreements to do it. Joey Ryan, Evilise, Tejano Jr., Cobra Moon, and I forgot the last one's name.
Don't worry about it.
But Joey Ryan and Evilise are. They're probably two of the biggest indie people out there right now.
Yeah.
The stipulations of the contract, according to Evilise and social media, were that they during the airing of Lucha Underground seasons, which lasts about 4 or 5 months, give or take 3 to 5 months, they were not allowed to be booked. That it limited or literally restricted them being booked under the contract terms. And yesterday, apparently, it was settled out of court, and all 5 stars were released to their contracts. And there are these rumors that WWE and AEW have been knocking at Evilise for a while, and Joey Ryan obviously will be anywhere except WWE because of his character. And then other 3, Cobra Moon and the other 2 will probably their contracts will also tied to AAA, and they're renegotiating with AAA for their contracts.
But would Joey Ryan really be off limits to the WWE because Fox is kind of pushing them to have edgier content? So, like October 2019, here's Joey Ryan with his penis.
They still want a family program. It's WWE.
That's fine. I'm just.
It's not
saying.
like Joey Ryan would have thrived somewhere in the Attitude Era, not in this current PG WWE era.
I agree, but
his finishing maneuver, he puts your hand on your cock and flips you with his gamp dick.
hell of a dick.
Yeah.
And also, he does intergender and he has the booby plex. That's one of my favorite moves. It's a dragon suplex where he grabs you by the tits.
Surprising that that's one of your favorite moves.
I like titties.
Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, we've been talking about all this WrestleMania stuff. WrestleMania, we will be showing it. We will be having a viewing party at the Buffalo Wild Wings in downtown Detroit. If you go to our Facebook, facebook.com/BDRcast, hit the events section, Mania at B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings, downtown Detroit, 1218 Randolph Street, Detroit, Michigan. No cover. Family motherfucking friendly. All right. That's
Except me.
There will also be a 50-50 raffle, so you can possibly win some money and watch some wrestling. So it'll be a good time, guys.
all that stuff, plus more prizes, more giveaways, same thing we always do. And, of course, we'll be having a live show. Look, man, we're hoping everybody can come out that can. You know, we have the second floor, but Buffalo Wild Wings will be showing it throughout. So if you can't get in our second floor and there's areas available down there, you can go there. It's a long fucking show, though, man. So you come in, get some specials. We'll have that all posted on the event. So make sure you go to the event, facebook.com/BDRcast. We'll post inside of the event all of the specials coming up for the Buffalo Wild Wings Mania at B-Dubs party. You want to be there. Facebook.com/BDRcast. Also, follow us on all of our other social media. Twitter, BDRcast. Instagram, BDRcast. Snapchat, BDRcast. YouTube, Breaking Down the Ring, BDRcast inside the search bar. It'll take you to any one of our videos, and you can subscribe to the channel. We already got 129. Don't you want to be number 130? Don't you?
Maybe 140 or 50.
Yeah, you should be number 150. You should give me what I want, what I really, really want. And I want you. I want you.
Mike's auto-tune rap videos.
Give me what I want.
I'll give you number 150, bitches.
Maybe you want Mikey's auto-tune
Next
rap
week,
video.
we are going to be making our pro wrestling scorecard picks for a lot of shit. NXT TakeOver, G1 Supercard at Madison Square Garden, Wrestle fucking Mania. We're going to talk a lot about these matches as well. Next week is going to be a supersized show for us. Hopefully not too long for you people paying attention and watching us live on the Periscope, live on the Twitter, listening to the podcast. We're going to do our best to go through, but let's run down these matches. In an intergender match, the one, the only, Nicholas Pow is taking on. Who has volume on? Smitty does. Yeah. Did you just put your headphones up to the outside of headphones to see if you can hear? You can't just remove your headphones?
I'm lazy sometimes.
That's not lazy. That's dumb. You can't even hear. It has to be because we weren't hearing it until you put your headphones on the thing. Yep. Fucking idiot. Knuckleless.
Nigga, what?
Knuckleless.
Nigga, what?
That's what he is. Follow him on his Twitter hand, Little Pimp Hand,
At Little Pimp Hand.
versus Pro Wrestling Scorecards Dez in an intergender match. You can follow her at _ the Dez Pez.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, that's it. I lost the poster.
The poster.
Tag team match. Ladies and gentlemen, the tag team match that is going on for our match. Our fucking shoot. Us taking on Pro Wrestling Scorecards. Smitty. Z.
The better than Asuka's.
You know what? I'm pulling a heel turn. We're going to lose.
He said the better than Oscars.
I'm walking out on you.
That's
really?
cool. I'll fucking do a handicap match until still smoke those bitches. But for real though, I need you to come back and fill out that G1.
It's a
card.
tag team no DQ
again.
match. BDR's wrong _ style and the Z Nash is how you can follow them on Twitter. Taking on Ramon and Mario from Pro Wrestling Scorecards at Ramon _ the _ Rhino and at Mario G80.
They giving me a chat, so remember they just giving me a challenge to beat them both at the same time now.
You think you could beat them both? By yourself.
Not
You can make this a handicap match?
No, I couldn't. Because they both kind of came close. Well, one of them came close.
In a death match, the captain of the Pro Wrestling Scorecard team, Daniel at Allcore LV on Twitter, is taking on our own Jewish Jumbo Joe.
Joe's gonna put them in the oven.
At Joe _ BDR on Twitter in a death match.
It's a gas chamber match.
And in your
in my
main
shower.
event,
Mustard. Yes, I love mustard.
Yes, last man, something sour.
Okay, smell that.
do they put them on their kosher dogs?
I was just wondering.
Is
the same
mustard
thing.
allowed on a Jewish kosher dog?
Maybe. Maybe.
In a grudge match, the main event, myself at 3M3H3N on Twitter, taking on Jess from Pro Wrestling Scorecards at PWS.
I just got the easy
Jess.
one.
What?
So you got the easy one.
What?
So you got the easy matchup.
Well,
Yeah.
well, Jess is number one because Jess scored the highest.
Well, Jess only scored the highest because they did more for whatever. Jess is Jess.
I agree. I'm 100% agreeing that this is basically a fucking walk in the park for me.
Now
you're
Meltzer.
That's usually when I-
He
So-
needs one, but you need one. You need this.
Meltzer's reporting that somebody's looking for a championship title challenge here.
Yeah, Jess on Twitter requested that this be a fucking title match. And I said maybe. I voted yes, and I put a poll into our group chat, and everyone else said no because Jess is a B- player that doesn't deserve it.
And I like Joe's comment, like, if he can't have the title during his run because somebody doesn't want to show up.
Well,
with it.
if Joe would show up to the show, maybe I could give him the title once.
I like it how you guys are never allowed to be here at the same time. It's like there's a fucking, what is it? Fucking goddamn restraining order. Like, you guys can't be in the same room at the same fucking time.
It'll happen eventually.
Yeah, next week better hopefully happen. So yes, make sure you tune in next week as we make our pro wrestling scorecards picks. You can download your own pro wrestling scorecards at PW Scorecards on Twitter. They should be up next Wednesday. If you're listening to this and you're like, oh, there's a new show at BDR. If you're watching this, there's already a pro wrestling scorecard ready for you to download next week. So make sure you go to.
I vote yes. I have faith in you. Nick, what do you think?
Uh-oh.
I'm staying pessimistic about it. I believe in you, but
I think he can do it. I think we've got a good thing going here.
I believe
You're the
in you.
tiebreaker, Nick. Are you saying yes?
I think
because
so.
I've already
Yep.
said yes.
Let's do it.
So it's 3-2.
Let's do it.
fucking honkies.
Let's do it.
Makes it that much more interesting.
Yep.
Oh, baby!
Plus, if he loses, I get to talk so much shit.
Jess!
I want my.
Jess! But here's the thing, though. If Jess wins, that makes him automatically facing us the next time. Like, he's in our running. He's the 6th. So it doesn't pull him out. He doesn't get to run with the title, but he will be the first ever non-BDR, non-ring crew member champion.
But Jess, just remember,
He'll be the first Westerner to take us
you
on.
wanted this match, and Smitty's fucked in that title.
And you got to pay for shipping. So
Yeah, that's it. That's in the clause. That's in the contract signing.
I'm looking into the video for this one. Jess.
PW scorecards, we're coming for you niggas hardcore now.
Jess, did you hear that? You have a title match. You are facing me for the Ring Crew Championship. You know how many times you've beaten the highest score from our show? 0. 0. You know how many times you're going to be the Ring Crew Champion? 0. 0. Basically, you don't have a chance in hell.
no chance.
Vince McMahon made that song for you. 0. How many times are you going to beat the person you're facing? 0.
I guess at WrestleMania we'll find out if a B- player can become the world champion.
Oh no! It comes all back for a circle! Make sure you follow us on all of our social media. Like I said, BDRcast on everything. Breaking Down the Ring on YouTube. We are your Ring Crew!
Z, I'm better than Asuka.
Nick with a dick bigger than Asuka.
Oh! Jesse just joined the fucking chat.
Oh!
Jesse just fucking joined. We're not signing off yet. Jess, have you heard what's going on yet? Do you know that you call? I want you to call. I want you to fucking call. You have the number. You have the fucking number. Call right now. We were going to sign off a couple minutes early. Z, if you really want to take off, I understand you have to be up early. You can go.
I provoked this. I have to.
Oh, you have to stay. Jess, I need you to fucking call. Right? I know you're playing PUBG. I know you're busy. I need you to call. I need you to call so I can talk to you on the fucking phone right now. If you need the number, I don't even fucking give it out. I don't give a shit. 248-579-5295. 248-579-5295. Call, motherfucker. You call so we can have a conversation about what Z
I'm gonna go pee and watch this on Periscope.
just started. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You have to call.
I have the world's worst tag team partner.
Or the world's best tag team partner, Smitty. Jesse, I'm waiting on you to fucking call, man. We dead air, bro. Dead air. We have dead air on the Breaking Down the Ring podcast. Only Smitty's allowed to have dead air when we ask him about why Asuka's better than Charlotte. And he sits there going,
I have the world's worst tag team partner. He invoked the title match. He also, we're supposed to keep that title home.
It's a historical fucking show.
Hey, you put the title on like with the 0-2 guy.
Jess is on the phone. Jess from Pro Wrestling Scorecards. How are you doing, my opponent?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Oh, I'm good. You got to turn your volume up. Now you're up. So
I'm
here's the
officially
deal.
pissed now.
Here's the deal, sir. Fucking, we're talking about it. Talking about how you wanted a title match. Talking about how the only person that voted yes was me. And then we start shit-talking you like crazy. So then Z goes, you know what, Mikey? I have faith in you. You can do it. And then Nick would have to be the deciding vote because Joe still said no. Smitty was still saying no. So it was 2-2, and Nick said he had faith in me too. So now our match next weekend next weekend for all 3 pay-per-views is for the Ring Crew Championship. How bad are you going to lose at this?
Oh, I'm not losing.
Oh, you're not. Have you ever beaten the top score for breaking down the ring? Have you ever beaten the top
No.
2 scores for breaking down the ring?
No.
Have you ever
No.
beaten the top 3 scores for breaking down the ring?
We have to leave it at that because he has beaten the bottom.
I'm
2.
leaving that. You know where I'm normally at outside of twice now? Top 3. Jess.
One of the other 2 times.
Yeah, you got my back, bitch. You really think you can beat me?
Shit.
I'm putting my title on the
I'm
line, Jess. What are you putting on the line, sir? You guys quiet.
Wait, what?
I said I'm putting my title on the line. You willing to put anything on the line, Jess?
I don't even know I don't even got the title right now for us. So I don't even know what to put on the line.
How do you not have? I thought you were number 1 last time. You had to be. No, you weren't. You just had
No.
the number 1 overall score.
Well, he get a Hello Kitty tramp stamp
number-
with our logo on
Number 2 overall score. Because I was number 2. I'm just the champ because I won last time. And it was a combined scores. Joe was technically for both months number 1. Jess, man, you think you could do this? Do you have belief in yourself? Do you believe in yourself like you believe in Jesus?
I believe.
Oh,
I think
Daniel said.
He's already
Daniel
talking
said.
like a jobber.
Daniel said that if you lose, you give up your spot in Pro Wrestling Scorecards.
career versus title.
Career versus title, Jess.
Oh, shit. Why does Daniel need to throw his 2 cents in? Damn it, Daniel.
I would have said Hello
He's
Kitty
got
tramp
the
stamp with our
money in the
logo.
bank to toss his 2 cents in. You over there fishing in ponds and wishing wells, hoping to get some change.
Hello Kitty tramp stamp with our logo above it.
No, I'm not gonna make him get a fucking tattoo. You're an idiot. Career versus title. No, you don't have to do that. I wouldn't want you to do that. But it'd be hilarious. It'd be fucking hilarious if you did that. So it's been announced on the show that you're coming up for the Ring Crew Championship. And I will have to say this. If you win, you have to take us on every month. You personally. You're just in our group until you lose, which is like the next fucking month.
And you got to pay for shipping.
Probably.
You got to pay for shipping. we'll just Photoshop the title in here. I'll take a fucking photo of it. And
So I got 3 people copying me for Supercard.
No, you don't. I'm going to pay my attention. Jess, are you excited about this? Does it make you more excited about this matchup?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. I'm glad we got your fucking hype up. Is there anything you want to say to me? Do you have fucking balls to cut a promo on me right now, bro?
I'm too tired to even try.
God damn it, Jess. I'm so glad you called in today. All right, brother. You go ahead and get yourself some sleep. Thanks for calling in, man. Can't wait to whip your ass next weekend.
All right, man.
All right, later, brother.
Bye.
So I did think about this.
Uh-oh.
So
We went from leaving early to staying 2 minutes late.
so none of us are in the running for the championship. It's just you and Jess.
Huh.
You know, I thought about that while I was peeing.
I
I mean, I'm okay with that because technically, me and Smitty are like the first ever tag team. So,
but our individual scores could still.
that was what I thought about. I was like, well, what if I have like the highest score of everybody? Like that would make me champion, but we're defending it. So I'm cool.
How about we'll discuss. I don't know, man. It's a conversation. I know when I beat Jess, I have no problem if somebody has a higher score than me, them being the champion. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you win the title safe. Is what you're saying.
basically,
But if Jess beats you, that makes him.
no one else can get the title because he's the Ring Crew champion. This is a title match. So yeah, I kind of feel like that happens.
So you have 0 champions advantage in this one.
You took away your own champion's advantage.
Whatever, man. I'm in. Last time I didn't have a championship advantage. Lost miserably.
And you're 0-2 in this.
But you know what? I still kind of have a championship advantage because I still have the last pick for us. No matter what.
In other words, I'm filling out 3 supercards. Me and Joe
You're
are filling
not,
out
man.
3.
Remember, I pay
You're
attention
not
to
even
this shit.
filling out 2.
Joe and I are
I'm just going to do what the internet tells me to do.
That's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening. We are your ring crew.
Z better than Asuka.
Nick with a bigger dick than Asuka.
Honky Killer Smitty.
There you go.
Smitty's honky.
Vince hates
We
blacks, Smitty hates
are
whites.
out.